than most. And you can actually get real life weather in the game. So I'll call it a game. So when you're flying, whatever country you're flying over, and the weather you can see outside your cockpit window is actually the real life weather happening at that location at that time in real life. Am I running out of fuel? You should have given me enough fuel to get there. Oh, you did. It's just up the road. So, yeah. No, it'd be really... I wish they'd do it. But I mean, maybe they will, because I was surprised about the multiplayer. I didn't actually realise I always thought they weren't interested in doing the multiplayer side of it, but in fact, I'm pretty sure I got that from the very person who I watched the video on about the multiplayer that's coming out. Now, if you aren't aware, any trucking sim fans out there, SCS is currently testing the multiplayer format, and you can actually access it now if you would like to try it out. They sort of release this as on the sly because they don't want too many people on it. They want to try it out, but they don't want like everyone who owns the game to be on there, just so they can iron out the bugs in that. They've said that it's a highly experimental stage at the moment. Expect issues. Back up your saves, back up your profiles before you go in. They released it on one of their forums about it. They didn't tweet it out or anything like that, for the reason as I said before. But yeah, you can actually access it. What do you mean? Oh, it's PM. Oh, okay. I was done it again. I tend to store a lot more in an ATS than an ETS by a long shot. I think because I play ETS a little bit more than I do with ATS, I'm used to where the clutch bites, which is not the same in this game, obviously, hence the reason why I end up stalling. But anyway, the multiplayer, yeah, so it's accessible now, actually through Steam. You just go into an experimental branch of the game, and you need to put a code in to access it. So if you aren't aware on how to do that, get experimentals, you just go into your Steam library and right mouse click on a game, and then you have betas or betas or whatever you want to call it there, and then you can enable them. You can even go back to a previous version of a game as well from there if you so choose to. Right, we've got some upgrading to do, ladies and gentlemen. Put your 2 cents worth into the chat. Which one do you think I should upgrade? Level up. I'll give you a little bit of time, chat delay and all that. You don't have to, but I will take suggestions, and the one that has the most suggestions wins. So yeah, anyway, you need to go to the SCS forums. I highly suggest you find the post. I highly suggest you read all of it first, and there you'll find the code and how to enable the experimental build, which will be 1.41. We're currently on 1.4 at the moment, but that'll be 1.41. Now just bear in mind, if you do that, you cannot go back to this version 1.4. That's one thing to bear in mind. Another thing to bear in mind, if you're playing multiplayer with other friends, you can have up to 8 friends on the multiplayer. You will get traffic, unlike Truckers MP. If you're using Truckers MP, you've used that before, you know there's no traffic on there. You won't get that, but also what you won't get is people trying to ram you every 5 minutes or stuck at a port waiting for hours, especially in ETS going from Amsterdam to England, waiting for hours just to get onto the ferry. But each you will need to have the exact same DLCs. So if you happen to have more DLCs than a friend of yours and you want to multiplayer, get your friend to host it. It's okay if you've got more than the person hosting it. That's fine. But if you're hosting it and someone, your friend, doesn't have a DLC you have, which is either a map DLC or a cargo DLC, then they won't be able to join. And if you've already started that MP Play, you can't disable those DLCs. Once they're enabled on that multiplayer, they stay enabled, which was found out. Alright, I've given enough time, so I'll make the choice myself, and I'll go with the high value cargo one. What do I normally go with? Right, 23,000. Let's go to the next. Now I went to, was it Olympia? No, I thought it was somewhere else. Oh, I drove past Olympia. Where did I go to? Oh, it must have been that, because I know it was close to Seattle that I went to. Alright. What do we got here? Oh, we got some. One to Portland there, Portland. Actually, I've got quite a few with the old Warbirds here. Okay, so I don't have any to Seattle though. Do I have any to Seattle at all here? Now everything goes to Portland, which is not ideal. Okay, so, well, there's British Columbia. Well, we want Washington, really. Right, Warbirds, here we go. I haven't been there. That's too far away. Right, so we've got this here. That's $3,000. I think the other one here is this the option here. Okay, make a choice, people. It's either this one here, just type in GC, or Y. Those are our two options at the moment, according to the rules. Rules that can be accessed by typing in exclamation mark truck or trucks. And I'll give you a little time to decide where you want to send me, and if you don't, I'll make my own choice. Alright. I'll give you 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nope. Okay, I'll make the choice and I'll go with. I'm going to go with that one. Actually, I should make it anywhere instead of back to it. No, I've done that. No, I was going to say I should make it anywhere in the state or the country I'm in, delivering for that country company, because I am actually employed by them. Told you. There we go. And I know the clutch works differently because I have a tendency with ATS going to change gear and I'm not going into gear because I haven't got my foot down far enough. I've got to put it all the way to the floor when it comes to the clutch. What do you mean trailer damage? What are you on about? Right, how many gears has this got? Right. It's got 18. Oh, really? Oh, yes, I got to remember to check that. Every time I come into a new place, I got to check to see what I can discover. Again, really? Is it here? No, it's further. Oh, it's a red light. Oh, was it? Wait for it. Wait for it. No, something's not right here. I should have got fined for that. And I'm pretty sure I had the same thing happen in ATS. Let's have a look at the options here. Now, I'm pretty sure... Actually, I'm absolutely sure that I did turn traffic sensors on and everything else like that. Truck settings. I'm sure it's here. Yeah, they are on. But not working? I'll have to investigate that. Oh, of course, I just realised. I've just realised why. It's one of my mods. One of my brilliant mods, actually. Now you're thinking, well, technically you should be fine there, it's part of the game, but no. It's a simulator. There's not a cop at every traffic light, for crying out loud, like this game suggests. So I've got a mod that reduces the amount of cops that are around, just to make it a bit more realistic. Actually, let's try third gear, because unlike ETS, I seem to be having trouble with ATS taking off in fifth gear. Alright, let's go to this view for this trip. Let's get rid of that border around the GPS there. I never like it. Let's listen to the beautiful sound of an American truck. Though this one sounds a bit on the sick side. It hasn't got that throaty noise to begin with. We need some lights to go with it. High beam while we're at it, just so you guys can see what I'm about to hit. Yeah, so it shifted. Went from 10 to 13. Because normally in ATS when I'm in 10th gear I need to hit the old splitter button and go up. Get to 11th gear, but obviously I had 2 more gears to go before I needed to do that. You're not going to pull out in front of me, are you? Oh right, I'll tell you what's this. Oh, I can bypass. I was waiting for it to go. I just saw the way station. I was waiting for it to say you need to pull in. What, 13 gears is it? Is that it? Well, clearly I tried to go into 14th and there was no joy in that. Okay. Let me in, let me in, let me in, let me in. New Zealand are driving the other way. We don't stop. We expect you to know what to do when you see someone come barreling up behind you. Put your foot down. Are you still there, Northern? Got a couple of questions for you if you are. Make the most of you being here. Which is a nice segue into, don't forget tomorrow, we'll be streaming Farming Simulator multiplayer. We should have Mr. Smoothulini with us and Mr. Patrio with any luck. Mr. Panda hopefully, and Mr. Northern Gamer said he will turn up, which will be brilliant. It would be good to have a fourth person. Actually, more the merrier. But I'm guessing Northern's gone. I know it's on the late side for him at the moment. Look at the scenery. What scenery? It's dark. Yeah, that's my point. Alright, I do have a mod for headlights and it's absolutely brilliant. And admittedly, it's probably a lot clearer for you guys. You probably see a lot more than I can because curtains open when they're next to me. And even though it's a cloudy day, it's still light. I'm struggling up this hill. Really struggling. Oh, good. So is that other truck. I thought he was about to overtake me. Well, the looks of it, but we can get out of the way of other cars needing to go. So, yeah, that mod I got with the traffic, the police thing. I've got it on ATS as well. It's fantastic. It's actually a traffic mod, primarily. It changes the behaviour of the traffic patterns, shall we say. As in, you'll get, with the mod you get rush hour traffic. At times you would get rush hour traffic. In the morning, the people going to work, and in the evening, the people on the way home from work. You'll get the density of traffic will differ from the size of towns, cities, time of day. I can bypass this one too. God, this is a nice sound, the old air brakes. I always like the sounds of the air brakes. Whatever it's called. Oh, you're slowing down. Why? You're making me nervous. Speed up, speed up, speed. Of course you speed up as soon as I go to indicate. Yes. Does that happen in every country? It happens here, like when you overtake someone who's going slow, all of a sudden they figured out what the accelerator does. And they start speeding up too as you're trying to pass them. All of a sudden, you've been put into a race you never knew you were going to be proud of when you try to overtake someone. Oops. Yeah, I sort of came in a bit too quick, didn't I? What do you mean 4% of damage? What are these things made out of? Titanium? Problem is I can't see you. Actually, I should change my curtains. Open up the other curtains. Shut the ones beside me, it might make a difference. So, yeah. Well, hopefully, I had such a terrible day in one of my deliveries yesterday in ATS. I'm not going to get the same here. Hopefully. But, no, I mean, one of the best things, as I was coming out, as I was changing down, I could do quick gear changes in ATS. And you can't do in ETS. One of the reasons why you end up with the gaunching of the gears that are not going into gear as well, is you've literally got to put it into gear and have the clutch come out before it sort of registers that it's in there. So you can't really do real quick gear changes like you can do in ATS, I found. But clearly not quick enough. I was worried about tipping over like I did yesterday in ATS. I think I still carried over. Been a bit too cautious. I should just hit the brakes a bit harder and wasn't I indicating the reason why you did that? Right, so anything around here that needs to be found? Doesn't appear to be. Doesn't seem to be a garage you can buy here either. Okay. Told me why there was a company just to the left here, the Bitumens or whatever it's called. I think it is. It looks like it's might be the same icon as in the ETS, but a different company name. There's 60 mile an hour speed limit. Slow traffic, keep right. I was hoping I could get past this guy, but I really lost momentum because I had to slow down. See, why can't that be a truck stop rest place there? Why can't we have that in these games? I had like yesterday, I was on that very, very bad run I had. Everything that could go wrong and more did. And one of them, well basically, first off I accidentally ran into someone. It goes without saying, really. It's not like I come out at a purposely run and people can't afford it. Not when it's a competition. Then I had someone run into me. Then I ended up on a detour. Then I had the GPS not adjust for the detour and sent me all the way back round, basically back into the detour coming the other way. then once again didn't adjust for the detour and sent me all around with this big long way to come back into the detour the first way I came through. And I swear I don't know when that's come in, because it used to always, when you got a detour and you took it, it used to redo the route. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. For some reason I thought I was going straight on. And my chair also for some reason today decides it wants to move about. I hit the brake, I went flying back. I wonder why that is. Good old chair. Yeah, so, and eventually I had to, yeah, I know. I hadn't played ATS or ETS since 1.37, and up till then I remember that it used to automatically adjust for any detours. And I come back into playing it at 1.4 when they did all the graphical updates, and now it always sends me back to the detour. And I'm so used to it not doing that I tend to forget when I get to a detour, open up the map and plot out a new route. I just don't understand why I have to do that. I suppose in real life you would have to do that. The GPS wouldn't know you've just been detoured. And if that figures out that's the quickest way, it's going to send you back there to go that way, isn't it? GPS should come with a button. You can go, or maybe a button that says detour, so it selects, it knows that you hit a detour and then calculates a route around it, where you are. Mind you, you wouldn't know where the detour is and how far, but normally, I don't know, here when you get a detour you actually get signs to tell you which way to go to get around and back onto the way you're headed. Oh, hang on, I've lost me. What I mean, side mirrors are disappeared, fallen off. Who blames it? Probably spent all that time driving with me and then went, no, I'd rather walk, thanks. I've had enough of experiencing your type of driving. I'm just going to go out and walk. Thank you very much. Hey, tractor. I've got to remember the trailers on there. I'm not doing a very good job of it today. Admittedly, I do have a lot of things on my mind at the moment, so not as focused as I should be, I suppose, but I've missed enough streams. I wasn't going to miss one today. I was in the mind of not streaming today, but no. I've missed enough. I was sick and everything else like that. So it's the old adage, when it rains it pours, and that's basically what's happening at the moment for me. 2021 started off crap and it went downhill from there. Yes, I know I've got high beams on, considering my viewers. really struggling to get to 60 kilometres, I'll tell you that. If I change down again, where's the torque band in this thing? Down low? Medium or high? Well, big low, medium, no point even up at a high range. Better off down low though. I would have thought. You want your torque peak, well, a lot of torque down low. I could give it a test. I could take the trailer off, put my foot down and see if the steering wheel gets pulled to the right or left. Any torque steer. Okay. Half a mile to change in gear or not, and I lose momentum. I'm hoping it doesn't go up any, you start going downhill, or flattens out at least, just get some speed up. We're just over an hour away to our destination. Once I get there, I'll run an air brake. It's 12 minutes over. I'll run one every hour. But I'm not going to pause the game halfway through a delivery just to run an air brake. I don't know if I ever set the. I just picked the. Oh, I did. Okay. I just selected the redo cruise control. So it starts off with the last setting. I wasn't sure if I actually set the cruise control originally on this one, but I have because it's at 61 and it's staying there, and my feet aren't on the pedals. You reckon 45, do you? There we go. Took it safe around that corner because I'd rather turn up at the delivery point rolling in, not sliding in. It must be a long trailer on the back. The problem is I can't see at night time. But it seems like it gets awfully close to the centre and sidelines when you go around corners. A little more than usual. Oh, what do we got up here? Oh, probably a viewpoint of way out in this location. Just remember that things are a lot closer than they appear when you're in this view, Mr. JJ. Actually, I'm going to run a hand brake while we're at the lights. So either the ad works for you or it doesn't. If it does, you can't hear me and I'll see you when it's finished. If it doesn't, you can still hear me. And it doesn't surprise me. I definitely haven't got one on my other account, as usual. But you waited around for long enough, so you probably wouldn't miss much if it did work for you. Don't know why I'm saying that to the people who did get an ad, because you ain't going to hear me. Well, no, you did the wrong. There we go. It's got 13 gears, remember? I'm going to do it all arse it out face when it comes to the splitting, the buttons. The new viewpoint, yeah, I footers if you point it way out here in the wop wops.